Well, guys, it finally happened. We moved to a tiny home. Well, not actually moved officially. We just moved here for Thanksgiving weekend. I can't wait to share this place with you and show it to you. We just got here. You can see it right behind me. It's a nice shipping container. We're going to open the door for the first time, check it out, and see what it has to offer. We stayed at one of these tiny homes like 3 years ago, and it was an amazing experience. We want to do it again. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me on this little tiny home camping adventure weekend trip. Show you the place, show you everything we're eating, what we're doing here. Just kind of a nice fall nature getaway. We have a barbecue. We have a fire pit, 2 chairs. We have the dog settling in over here. And yes, it is a shipping container that they actually did convert into a tiny home. Okay, so I just opened the door. See if there's a light. There you can see the bed. Dining room table. Nice little kitchen over here. A mini fridge. Little closet to put your stuff. I don't know if we'll use that. Bathroom. With toilet. And a nice shower. Let me see if I can get the light for that. There we go. Premium shower head, I hope. Ooh, excited for the tiny home. So you already know the first thing I had to do once I got here was start a fire and get a nice cold beer to watch the fire with. And it's so nice to come out here in the nature. We haven't done this in so many years now. And soon we're going to be grilling some steaks. I'll show you that. But for right now, we're just going to relax and enjoy the fire. So it looks like they gave us a brand new barbecue. This is crazy. I've never seen this before. It's never been used. So I don't know if the old one got destroyed because this Airbnb has been around for a couple months. But I'm not complaining. I'm enjoying an ice cold Super Bock. If you've seen my Portugal videos, this was my beer of choice there. I was able to find it here in Ontario, so why not? And the fire is still going right over there. Cheers. Let's grill some steak. Ooh, the steaks are on the grill, my friends. They're looking juicy. Hopefully they come out nice and tender. These are expensive steaks I bought. My steak, I put a lot of Montreal steak spice on it. My wife doesn't like it too much, but you know what? I'm ready to enjoy some really good juicy steaks here. And to all my young lads that watch my video, if you want to cook a steak perfectly, you flip it on a 45-degree angle, and then you get those beautiful grill marks that you can see on the steak. My dad taught me that, and it's been foolproof. I've always done that every time I cook a steak, just to get those nice looking marks on it. So never put the steak on its side, never put it like diagonal, always put it on a 45-degree angle to get those grill marks. And here we are cooking the rice on the stove top on the barbecue. What do you think?
It's good.
It's good? A little bit complicated?
No, like we pre-cooked this at home, so we just have to heat it up.
At least we pre-cooked it at home. Imagine if we had to cook it here. The steak is done. We're just grilling some corn. It'll be good to go for dinner. Okay, so we have my steak, rice, and we have some nice corn. We have my wife's steak, rice and corn. Looks very good. We're going to eat this and then have a campfire. The next morning. Well, it's the next morning now. We did have an eventful morning, actually. The power went out where we have our toaster and our little coffee machine, so I wasn't able to use that. We did call the maintenance crew, and they came right away and fixed that, which was good for us. Besides all that, we've been really enjoying our time here. So right now I want to give you some information about the location of the tiny home, and I also want to give you some info about the two small towns that are located not too far away from here. Located 15 minutes away from the tiny home is Port Dover, Ontario. Port Dover is one of Ontario's most iconic lakeside towns, known for its relaxed atmosphere and strong sense of community. Located on the shores of Lake Erie, it's famous for its beautiful beach town, scenic lighthouse, and vibrant waterfront. Visitors are drawn to Port Dover for its fishing heritage, fresh preach dinners, and of course the Friday 13th festival. Every Friday 13th, bikers from all over Ontario meet up in Port Dover and have a big rally. I recommend visiting Port Dover in the summer months between May and September because you're going to get the best weather there. It's a really nice town just to walk around besides the waterfront. They have nice stores and shops and a lot of stuff to see and eat in Port Dover. We had some fries, we had some chicken tenders. The food was very good right by the beach. I highly recommend visiting Port Dover. It's one of my favorite small towns in Ontario. Next up, we have Simcoe, Ontario, which was located only 5 minutes away from the tiny home. Very nice small town, very similar stores to Port Dover, but it also does have big box stores like Canadian Tire, Walmart. It has more of like a big city feel over Port Dover. We enjoyed walking around and checking out all the parks in Simcoe. You can see all the Canadian geese there. It was just very nice and relaxing. It's different than the beach vibe that we got from Dover, but hey, in Simcoe, it's just nice to hang out, go to a couple stores, and just enjoy the afternoon. We also did go to one coffee shop there, which was pretty good. So overall, it's a nice town, 5 minutes away from the tiny home, and I recommend if you're checking out small towns in Ontario, you check out Simcoe. It's one of the best, don't sleep on it. And also the trails, the dog loved it very much, and we enjoyed visiting this small town. Hope you enjoyed the information about the towns. We are not too far from Erie, Pennsylvania. It's just right across the lake over there. The nature here is spectacular. I'm really enjoying it. Just hanging out and sitting in these chairs over here, having a campfire, looking up at the trees. They're so tall. You can see it. Like this. The Airbnb host has really captured that immersive forest experience that you would expect if you rented a tiny home like this. So I'm impressed with that. The customer service of the host has been really good as well. And this morning and last night it was raining like crazy. It just started to rain a little bit right now too. So I'm probably going to go inside and hang out until the rain stops, and then we're going to come out, make a fire, hang out, and later tonight for dinner we're going to cook some homemade pizza, which I'm going to share with you. This is a very different video for me to film because I'm used to going to a big city and going place to place and taking you guys around with me and showing you around. But hey, sometimes it's nice for me to relax, and it's nice for you, the viewer, to see a different type of video from me. And something I want to talk about too, which makes me a little bit emotional. So I started YouTube back in 2019, and I did it up until the middle of the pandemic, and then I kind of gave up on it. And then 3 years ago, we went to Wabashine and stayed at a tiny home. So when we stayed at that tiny home in Wabashine, I decided to pull out my iPhone and film a little bit of the tiny home and post it on YouTube. And it did get a lot of views. I was surprised. And that kind of re-motivated me to get back into YouTube and to start growing my channel. Ever since then, my channel started to grow. So I'm happy that tiny home I stayed at 3 years ago really sparked a fire inside of me. Made me get back on YouTube, made me start posting, made me consistent, and now we're just over 3,000 subscribers. If I never stayed at that tiny home 3 years ago, who knows, maybe I would still have a dead channel. I'm happy staying at that tiny home really motivated me to start posting on YouTube again, to start being consistent again, and I'm just so happy I can create content for you because I actually really enjoy doing it. It's like a passion of mine. So if you guys enjoy the content and I enjoy creating it, it's a win-win for all of us. So we're going to go on a little walk now. They have a small trail that's in front of our tiny home. So there's 3 tiny homes on this lot, and they have very strict rules. Other people are renting tiny homes too, so we have ours. We have one in front of us and one behind us. And in the Airbnb rules, it says you cannot walk on their property. So we kind of need to like walk by and kind of sneak around their property to take the dog for a walk. Could be a little bit awkward if they're there, since part of the rules are you can't go on their property, but what can you do? We have to take the dog for a walk, right? He needs his exercise. And you can see Teddy has put on his nice sweater for the walk. Okay, Teddy, come.
Come on.
Ready to go? So here is the trail that our Airbnb host told us about. It's about, she said, 1,000 feet?
Yeah.
What is that, like 1 kilometer? Not even.
No.
It's way less than 1 kilometer. But it's a nice trail. It's really immersive, like the property that we're staying at. We walked here this morning with the dog to give him his morning walk, and it was a little bit muddy. But now it looks like it has dried up, which is good for him. And good for us too. I'm wearing my Crocs, you don't want to get those wet or muddy. But yeah, we're really enjoying the nature. So peaceful, no one around. And here is the end of the trail. Yeah, it was about 1,000 feet, it's not too long. But at least you got some exercise, right? So as you can see, we got the fire going, it's brewing. And over here, I just started on the pizzas. I pre-grilled the top part of the pizza on the barbecue. And I got them looking nice and crispy. So we're gonna add the cheese, add the protein, the veggies, and then throw them on the grill. Now we're gonna drizzle on some of that cheese. So here is my final pizza. Looks pretty good. So now that I'm done the toppings, let's throw it on the barbecue. So now the pizzas are on the barbecue. Let's see how they cook. Here is the finished product. Unfortunately, it got really crispy, but the toppings, they didn't crisp up. Just got crispy on the bottom. So hopefully it's good. For me, it's okay, but my wife, she likes her toppings more crispy. But you know what? This is camping. You never know what's going to happen. So let's try this pizza and hopefully it's good. So here is the pizza. And we have a pizza beer to go with it. So let's see how it is. Cheers. The pizza is very good, very crispy. Now let's try the pizza beer. This is one I picked up in Toronto. You can tell by the pepperonis. Let's give it a try. It's good. It actually goes well with pizza. It has a nice flavor. That's probably why they call it the pizza beer. We enjoyed our pizza, had a nice relaxing campfire, and then went to bed. The next morning. Coffee time. So it's the next day now. We just got back from town. Well, we woke up, had our coffee, relaxed. We went to the town of Simcoe and we had some French fries. They were very good from Fast Eddie's. I'll put a picture of the fries on the screen for you. We enjoyed those fries. We went to a couple parks there, walked around, and we just came back now to our little tiny home. We're going to chill here for a bit, relax. I'm actually going to cut some wood and set up the final fire for tonight. Since tonight is actually our last night here, unfortunately. So let's cut some wood. Let's set up the fire for tonight so it's all ready to go. So the owner of this property gave me this brand new shiny axe. I'm going to try to cut a little bit of wood with it, just small sticks. I'm no expert with the axe, unfortunately, but hey, it's good practice, right? Now that I have one, might as well give it a whirl. First attempt. I got it. Oh yeah.
You're not even getting it. Your aim is bad.
There, I got it. There we go.
A
See?
big chop.
I'm getting better. 2 nice pieces of wood for the fire. I'm gonna need to reorganize the fire pit. You can see it right there. So I have those sticks I cut, got 2 logs. I got some other big pieces of wood that I found in the forest. Hopefully the wood is not too damp because it did rain 2 days ago. So hopefully it's good. Now I gotta rearrange this. So I always use fire starter to start my fires because without these fire starters, it's so hard to start it. You think it would be easy. You see those homes go on fire, apartment buildings, stuff goes on fire all the time. But without one of these, it's super hard to start a campfire. You wouldn't think that unless you tried it, but I tried without fire starter before and it's a pain in the ass, or pain in the butt, sorry. Excuse my language. So pick these up at Canadian Tire, $3 a piece. So I highly recommend you get some good fire starter. So let's rearrange these logs to make it look nicer, more presentable. And then later on we can start our fire because tonight we're going to be having spiders. If you don't know what spiders are, they're those hot dogs you cook over the campfire. Super delicious. So I'm excited to share that with you. So I think for our last campfire, we're gonna roll with that. Looks pretty good. Hopefully it starts no problem. Like I said, the wood is probably gonna be a little bit wet because it did rain a couple days ago, but you know what? It's our last night. We're down to 2 logs of firewood. I didn't want to have to purchase more, so we're kind of improvising. So hopefully it works out. Now we're just gonna chill and relax for a little bit, and then we're gonna get ready and have our spiders. So one thing I haven't talked about too much in this video is about the interior of the tiny home. It's very nice inside. It is small. That's why I really haven't been filming in there too much. Besides the first day when I showed you what it looked like inside. Couple small issues with the power. I think I mentioned that yesterday. And we did have one issue with the Wi-Fi. That was okay. Besides that, it's nice inside. It's just very small and tight. It's very hard to keep it organized because we did bring a lot of food, a lot of clothing, a lot of stuff. So now one thing I want to talk to you about is the view you get from the tiny home when you roll in your car. You go through the forest. I'll put a video of it on the screen right here so you can see it. It's really amazing. Like I said, this place really gives you the immersive vibe of being in a jungle or a forest. And it's just amazing when you're driving through it during the day. You see the trees, you see the light, you see everything. It just makes you feel like you're in the middle of nature, and there's nothing better than that. And what are you doing? You want to see where Mommy is? You miss Mommy? You're looking at the door of the tiny home. That's where Mommy is. He's always missing his mommy. And me, I'm missing my fire. I can't wait to start this fire and cook those amazing spiders. Oh yeah, and also if you're curious about the information about the tiny home, like the weight, the payload, and all that stuff, All the stats are right here on the side of the home. It's really authentic. It has a China classification sticker. Attention, this container must be repaired only with quarantine steel. You have the handles right here, and you have a lock. I don't know if you can see, but leaves are falling like crazy now. I guess because of the wind. It's time to light the fire. And just like that, the fire is going, and it's a pretty kick-ass fire actually. It's pretty high. I'm actually impressed. This might be the best fire we've had yet, because we stuffed it with newspaper, paper towel. Oh God. You see that? That's why you don't burn too much paper towel, I guess. Well, lesson learned there for fire safety. Never put the paper towel on top. That was scary. But now the fire is under control. The paper towel is all burnt. So let's just hang out here, relax for a little bit, and then we're gonna make our spiders. Nice and peaceful on the last night here. And I'm enjoying an ice cold Sol, nice Mexican beer. Cheers. We bought these sticks on Amazon so we can grill over the fire. They're pretty helpful. I think it's better than using a stick because you can extend them and it's more sturdy. It's just easier to use when you want to roast over a campfire. We did s'mores of it, and now we're going to do hot dogs with it. And now here are the hot dogs. You cut them up. Originally they were pretty big jumbos. So now we got to put them on the sticks. On goes the first spider. You know, I put 2 on there.
I'm gonna put
Ooh, gonna get it nice and crispy. You don't want to burn it though.
I like them a little bit burned.
You know, we have a barbecue too. Or it's not the same. Here goes my spider. Ooh, it's getting very roasty. Oh man, those hot dogs last night were amazing. I highly recommend you make them if you come camping or if you stay at a tiny home like this one. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. It was very fun to make this little video on the tiny home. If you did like it, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment down below. I always love to see and hear feedback from people that watch my videos. Did you enjoy the tiny home? Are you planning on staying at one of these? Maybe I inspired you. Besides all that, if you haven't already, make sure you also subscribe to the channel because that really helps the channel grow. And I will see you in the next video. So long from the tiny home.